Hi everyone, I'm April and welcome to Ask Vinnie Thompson Wise Wednesday. Today we'll talk about how to build a strong referral partners with our special guests, Claudine Ellis, James Jenkins, Sabine Grant, and Nakita Samuel Mattocks. So Vinnie, take it away.
Thank you very much, April. Thank you very much. You hear the applause? All right. Let's get it started. So today is Wise Wednesdays, where we talk about how to increase your real estate reach, how to do real estate better, and get some tips and tricks from other people also doing real estate at a high level. I like to gain energy and knowledge from other people because that helps me with information that I can then give back to the community. So I decided to do this Zoom with people who I've done business with and have a referral partnership with, and I believe that referred trust helps the business go a long way. So I've asked these beautiful people to join me and giving some of their insight when it comes to building strong referral partners, right? We can get referrals from our sphere of influence, family, friends, relatives, and also other realtors. Not only in the KW system, but from EXP, Corcoran Group, Compass, doesn't matter. Just so happens that KW has a very strong referral platform of referring other agents, to do business with. And I think all of us try to capitalize on that and build strong referral partners. So with that being said, I want to hear some great information because I have realtors from Virginia, DC, Maryland, and Atlanta, and other realtors from other parts of the country. And they can tell us a little bit about themselves and then also how they do business and referrals. So I want to start it off with my main man with the beard, James Jenkins. He also teaches at Keller Williams Preferred Property, correct, James?
Right.
He's in the DMV area, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. He's also a very good agent. I like to talk to him, always learn a lot. Everybody, James Jenkins, take it away, my friend.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you for having me on this, and it's been a pleasure. I'm so grateful and humbled. I started the business about 3 years ago. I come from the military and into real estate, so I transitioned right out of the military. I know quite a few people on this on the Zoom, and I've actually learned from quite a few people. I learned from Claudine; she was one of my first coaches. I was very proud of.
Okay.
I met Vinny through a series of networking events. But when it comes down to the referral, one of the things that I've known throughout my career, my short-term career that I've had thus far, is basically just establishing a relationship. One of the things, I remember how I first met Vinny, and when I was having a referral in New York, and I was like, man, this guy just stopped calling me. He just called and called and called and called. And I'm like, through that, it's like, if I would do that to somebody to work for somebody business, I've definitely do that to work with a client that I have in New York. From there, by us building that relationship, till this day, we're both able to manage that one client. They bought up in New York and they bought up in Maryland, and they're still talking about me and Vinny till this day because of the relationship that had manifested from there. And through all the referrals that I give out throughout Keller Williams, I'm a big advocate of giving referrals to newer agents. That's my route. If I have a newer agent that's in the area, and I understand it could be a great risk that some people say, but I call it for us to enhance our lives and enhance the newer agent lives. I typically give my referrals to newer agents that come my way and through other market centers and things like that, so that we can learn from each other and build up relationships and things of that nature. I know I got on that, but a little bit about me. Since I've been in the business for quite some time, I've been a cultural ambassador. I was actually 2019 regional cultural ambassador last year for the entire area, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So it has been a blessing, especially coming from my background of a foster child for 17 years. So just to constantly see that how that I impact in community and just hear from others and just having that impact, being able to help others and connect through some type of message, you're able to stabilize and solidify those connections and differentiate yourself between other people. One of the things that I do is I send out videos, right? I would send out video in your Facebook Messenger, send out a video on your phone. I would send out some type of video so that you know that I'm not just saying, especially in KWBRN or, all these other type of referral programs that people say, hey, I got a referral here. So how do you differentiate yourself? You have to do something different that other people won't do, right? Send a video, right? Send a snap.
I like that.
Instagram, send something that'll let them know that when they look at it, they know that you put at least a little bit of effort into it, because I did it before. I'm doing a lot. A lot of my clients are military, and just by having a military client, that's exactly what she needed, was somebody who was able to be video based, because the client was actually in Germany and it was moving to Maryland. So just sending videos, doing things like that, even voice notes, it's just to let them know and cycle through all the quote unquote messages that they're receiving so they can know who the voice is, who you are, and how you are differing yourself from the rest of the crowd. So,
And you mentioned video, James, just real quick. That's
right.
even more important nowadays, right? Where you can't meet face to face. So
Right.
almost all my conversations, I'll tell somebody, look, can I meet you on WhatsApp, right? Can we go on Facebook Messenger? Because I want to keep that connection, because I can't necessarily be in front of you. And I think that's important when you communicate with your clients, to still make that connection than just a phone call. And I know you
Right.
also have the on military, so I'm sure that helps you with the connection too.
Right, and it's very important to be able to connect via that platform, because it allows you to basically, for the agent to know who you are, and also, if me being military, I understand military lingo like PCS, and you come into different areas, BAA, BAS, things of that nature. So when they understand those terminologies, what I'm bringing to the table, and being so new into the business, that allows me to align with certain personnel that want to bring my target audience or my niche to this area, and that allows me to be able to differ myself from everyone else. And the video is so important because it just let them know that you're not a human being. So I think that's a very important feature to use.
Perfect. All right, perfect. James, thank you very much. Appreciate
No
that.
problem, no
Uh,
problem.
Next up is going to be Miss Sabine and Sold from the A T to the L. Miss Sabine, can you hear me? I see your mouth moving, but I don't know. You got to unmute yourself, Sabine. Unmute yourself. I think you muted on your own end. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No bueno. No jet. No jet. Almost. Bueller. Bueller. We might have to skip over you, Sabine. Sabine, you working at. Next up, it's gonna be Miss Nick.
Now?
You got it? Okay, good. I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Sorry about
Yeah.
that, everyone.
Yes. Miss Sabine and Sold again from the ATL. So
Well,
that is a
actually,
model.
I am an apple turned peach. I am from New York.
Of course. You're crazy like I am. Yes.
Crazy, right? Well, thank you for having me on this call and among the distinguished fellow realtors. And
Did you say realtor? Oh, you just say realtor.
no,
Did you say realtor?
Yes.
I'm Haitian. My words
you.
get jacked up.
I'm poking you in your virtual eye.
Blame it
Don't
on
you
the
say
accent.
realtor?
Blame it on the accent.
What do you guys
Realtor.
say? What do you guys say?
Realtor.
Realtor.
Ain't nobody
Haitian
real
man.
lit. I'm poking you in your virtual
We
eye
are
right now.
realtors.
Ah,
Oh, I'm
ah.
dying right now. Every time I hear it, I want to kill myself.
All right, real Taurus. I'm so
I know. I know.
I
Look,
apologize.
let me drink my chloroquine.
I'm so
Real tour. Real tour. Real tour.
That's it, real tour.
Go
No,
ahead.
it's not real tour.
Yes.
It's real tour.
It's the
Real
accent. It's
tour.
okay, baby.
It's not
Go
that.
ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
it's not an accent. It's a syllable.
Go ahead.
Real tour.
Okay.
Go ahead,
All right.
Sabine. You can give you a hard time. All love.
All
That
right.
is not
So,
an accent.
Thank you for having me. I'm Sabine Grant, and my Instagram is #SabineandSold. There's a great name that someone in my office gave me, our agent coordinator, and we were sitting there trying to come up with a brand name for me, and we were just playing around with different names, and then I don't know which one of us said Sabine and Sold, and then it just nothing happened with it. And then a couple of months later, when I was getting on Instagram, and I was like, Sabine Grant, Sabine Grant, Sabine. I was just playing with it, and then I said, oh my God, Sabine and Sold. And it was so easy because it exactly was what the salesperson in me loved. Like, I'm not going to hold your property. We're going to put it on the market and get it sold. And I'm competitive, so I obsess over days on market and really want to just beat myself. It's not really what the other person is doing, is just beat myself. Like, what could I have done it better? Did I advertise it to my database? Did I tell my sphere of influence, listen, I got something coming up, it's going to be amazing. So by having the Sabine and Sold name, it allowed me to define what that looks like. And what that looks like is the crux of my entire business: relationships. I come from a media background in undergrad, wanting to do commercials and working with jingles, and sold spot times on the radio. And then I was introduced to real estate as a lender. So I was a lender, and then the market crashed. And that was really a great experience to tap into, that this business is all about relationships, and that everyone is different and every story is different. Every credit score is different. How the person got to have that great score, there's a story behind it. How that person had a great score and then it got destroyed, there's a story behind it. So listening shaped my business, and realizing that we are everyone, because everyone is, God forbid, a phone call away from something really messing up your money and your plans. And so that gave me the empathy that is needed to really do this, and do this from a space of service. So I take that along with me. The market crashes. I'm in Atlanta while I'm a loan officer. And then the market crashes, and then I go back to New York. I'm there for 5 years, and I'm not working in real estate. And then I get my license as a real estate agent. I'm not going to say that as a word.
That's right.
You saw the fear?
That's right.
All right. So I got my license as a real estate agent because, things have changed since the crash. New construction, he promised you a refrigerator in Georgia. They miss you. And they're like, I'm going to go with the builders people because they're going to give me a refrigerator. So I said, I don't want to be a loan officer. I think I'll be a realtor, because no matter what the person buys, I'm still their person. So that's why I chose to go into being a realtor. And it's the best thing I ever did. I feel so fulfilled doing it. And I carry the service and listening to my clients, listening to the who, what, where, why, what are we trying to accomplish, and then following the money to get there. So I think my added value to any customer is the reality that money is going to take us to where we need to go. We can have all the passion that we want, but if I don't know the numbers, if I don't know how the market is changing, I'm not really doing them a service. So what? They signed a buyer broker's agreement, and then I sold them to a lender. If I don't put on my lender hat, I'm gonna mind my business and not step on toes, but I feel being hungry for education and paying attention to how the market is moving will allow you to be the realtor that's going to be the family realtor. You're going to get those referrals because they're like, she knows her stuff, he knows her stuff, and they really do care. So by not putting down my loan officer hat, I'm always paying attention to different programs and opportunities and smart ways to use your money. One of the things I'll share with you right now, in the care calls that we're making, I'm calling folks and, you're checking up on them. How's the family, spirituality, how are we doing? And you were looking to purchase a home right now, but you wanted to put it on hold. But did you know that if you borrow up to $100,000 from your 401k, you don't have to pay that 10% tax. So you have people sitting down on the fence trying to fix their credit, or they're trying to pay off a debt to get their DTI better, or trying to come up with additional dollars to put down. Because you know about the money, you're moving things along faster, and you're coming from contribution and not just like get in the car, let's go find a house, but you're really building a relationship, and that builds trust. And so then
let me ask you, Sabine, you mentioned finding people homes. Where are you getting a lot of your referrals from? Like or where a lot of your people coming from? Like people coming to move to Atlanta. So I know Atlanta's a big time hotspot where New Yorkers want to move to. Are you getting a lot of referrals from New York, or giving out a lot of referrals? Because I find that the referrals I get, someone goes to, someone to the South or Virginia, Carolinas, or wherever, and then it's like, oh my God, I gotta sell my house. So that's how I get found. Where a lot of your referrals coming from, or a lot of your people looking to buy coming from?
Word of mouth and my database, 100%. I mean, I'm 100% referral based. I am, and it made me on the ALC twice, and it made me a top 5% producer.
What's the ALC for those that are not KW?
Oh, that's the Agent Leadership Council. So to be inducted or invited to be on the Leadership Council, you have to be a top 20% producer, and my office has about 500 plus agents. So my first year as a realtor, congrats to Jenkins, new to the business. I was like year 2 or year 2, and I was invited to be on the ALC, and I've been on it ever since. And then that meant I was a top 20. So I never paid attention to the numbers in regards to my ranking, because I just was hungry. I was just excited. I love what I was doing. Then I'm the top 20. Then they say I'm the top 5%. I'm glad I did my hair that day. It completely caught me off guard. And I think if you're coming from contribution from your heart, you are going to be number one. You're your own competition. So all of my referrals come from just my relationships with people, and of course, asking for the business. My husband and I, we enjoy going to street fairs and things of that nature. I do admit I don't have my badge on. I don't have a KW shirt on, but I'm a sneakerhead. I like sneakers, right? And if I'm talking to someone, or I'm walking by and someone has on a pair of kicks that I'm like, those are some really nice kicks. And we're talking, and then, I make an effort to, communicate and to exchange information. And then my follow-up is, hey, it was great meeting you at the street fair. I'm a real estate agent, the best business where you can wear sneakers all day long. Are you looking to buy a home? Who do you know? And I kid you not, people remember this really personable person that I spoke to. And then I let them know I do business all over the United States. So if you know of anyone, anywhere who's even thinking about real estate, let them speak to me first, because I can set them up with my team members that'll give them the same experience. So in me looking for a partner as a referral partner, it is a person that comes from service, that's always hungry to learn, and comes from contribution, because I don't want to be the baddest girl in the room. I just want to be one of the baddest girls in the room. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to be one of the smartest people in the room, because I want to learn. So I appreciate Vinny, because his business model is amazing. It represents everything I want to be and everything that I've been trying to create. Like Vinny, I have a team of people that will rehab a home and get it ready for sale. And it doesn't cost the client almost anything. We have the same model that, we have to give a strong presentation to capture the market. So I would not want to partner with someone who just puts anything up there and see if it sticks. A person who doesn't have great follow-up, or a person who isn't checking in, because our reputation is just the way we make the person feel. So I'm really excited to partner with Vinny. I think we have a couple of things in the fire right now. And being from New York and speaking to my friends in Queens, Brooklyn, all over, I love that they call me first. They're literally living in New York, and they call me first. And they're like, Sabine. In fact, I just did something with Kimberly Tapscott, like a really good friend of my husband in her part of town. And we were able to do it. And I think we all can do that. Tap into that phone, tap into school, college, church, your cousin, any event. When you go on vacation, you have to leave with minimum 5 minutes. 5 relationships that you build. You're not being disingenuous. I'm a Leo. I'm fun. I love people. I'd rather be happy than sad. So I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to be myself, but they're going to know that I'm in business, and they too could win, and they too can be a part of it. So whether they're buying or not, I say to people, that phone you have, there's about 10 people in there that want to do something with real estate, but they don't know that I'm here to help them. So I'm cool that you bought your house and you're in your forever home, but that phone, you're not doing your people's right. You need to get in that phone and connect me with them. So I'm
And you
joking, but I
mentioned
mean it.
and you mentioned referrals real quick, and that's really the power of being an international
Mm-hmm.
and national company. Um, March, I was dead set on going on vacation. I was going to Costa Rica.
Oh, nice.
So I was just saying before the call, I said, man, who might I know to Costa Rica? So I go to the guru, Patrice DeVille, who's always hiding in the background, knows everybody. I said, Patrice, if I'm going to Costa Rica, who should I know? And of course, she's like, call this one, that one, and the third. And that many times is really the power of the KW. To say you want to go on vacation, it's always good to know somebody who knows somebody. Patrice,
Mm-hmm.
you want to wave and say something? You want to say hi? She's frozen. She's still there?
Yep.
Yeah. So don't try to hide.
I
We'll get to
know.
you later. Anyway, it was good to reach out. So I spoke to the client. I spoke to the person that was the owner of the KW in Costa Rica
Oh, wow.
until everything got canceled. So you mentioned going on vacation and reaching out. Whenever it's
Yeah,
time to travel, I'm like, wow, is there KW there? I look, wow, I'd love to go meet somebody, say hello, business write-off, all that good stuff.
that's
But
fantastic.
Sabine
And
and
I hear
Soul,
that. Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up is going to be Nakita Mattocks, also from the DMV area. We've also done some great business together, and I think everybody here who's not from New York, I'm telling you, what you heard about New York is true. It's a crazy place, and it's the jungle, but it's the jungle that I know, and I'm sure we could all tell some stories. But just the same, you get through it, you work the deal, clients meet, buyer, seller, and we get it done. So, Nakita, tell us a little bit about yourself and your
Okay.
business.
Okay. Thank you for
And
having me,
take it
Vinny.
away.
Thank you for having me. And I love New York, by the way. I mean, I can go up there and shop anytime. I love it. But
Mm-hmm.
about me, I live in Virginia. I'm in Northern Virginia, but licensed in Maryland and DC as well. I'm actually from Virginia, so I'm what's called a home girl or homegrown,
Okay.
because you don't have many people that are actually from here anymore. We have a lot of people that relocate to this area. This is a very transitional area up in Northern Virginia. So I am actually independent. So I'm not like, I'm not in the KW family, even though I have a lot of partners in there,
Mm-hmm.
you being one of them. And I think I remember Claudine, I sent Claudine a referral one day. I don't even remember what happened to it. And I just kind of connected the dots, just literally today. But anyway, so I believe in, me and my husband, we're military. We're veterans.
Mm-hmm.
So we both are. So initially when I came into real estate, we really worked that veteran network for us. And that still works amazing for us today. So being an independent I can't really pick up the phone and call, use that network to call people. So I do a lot of research before I send someone a referral, or I get it from a trusted source of somebody that I know. Because when I send somebody a referral, I'm very kind of hands-on with my business, and even with my referrals, I like to hand them off to somebody that I feel like that I can trust and that I feel like is going to give a high level of service. And so I'll do that, take the time and research that person, or even have a conversation with that person before I hand them a referral. So, and wherever we travel if we travel for vacation or for fun, I'm always looking at real estate. I'm going to go to a real estate office. I will visit a real estate office, no matter where I go. I'm checking out the real estate, and I will make a contact. So the good thing about it now is we have, technology that allows us to be international per se, without actually having to physically go to a place. We can touch the person. through, James was saying, through social media, whether we send them a video or a text message. But I refer all over. I refer all over the United States, and I love getting the referral checks because I just pick up the phone, make the relationship, hand them off, and I feel confident that the person is going to be taken care of, and I get a check in the mail. So
Absolutely,
yes,
absolutely.
yeah. So,
So
but yeah.
Northern Virginia for the New Yorkers is where, Nakita? For us New
Um,
Yorkers, right? So give us some markers of what Northern Virginia is.
okay, Northern Virginia is considered, I guess, Prince William is really, people consider Stafford and above now, but I would say Prince William, Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria, Tyson's Corner, all that area, Loudoun County, that's considered Northern Virginia, all the way up until Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And then Northern Virginia also borders, of course, it borders Maryland to the west and to the east. That's Northern Virginia.
Okay.
And then as far as south
Okay.
as,
And
Stafford. And our market is hot. I mean, James can probably tell you that it is really hot. Yesterday we had an offer over in Fairfax County. We didn't get the offer because people are now waiving appraisals and waiving inspections. They had 7 contracts on the
wow.
house, and this is a $700,000 house.
Wow. Now, is that
So,
person an essential worker, a businessman, or they just,
no, just
you know?
I think because in this area you have a lot of government contractors, you have a lot of people that work for the
Right.
government. People are still working. I went to Lowe's on Saturday and I went in and I came back out and got in the car. It was just too many people in there for me. It was people everywhere. You go to the
Right.
grocery stores,
Right.
it's packed. The Walmarts, the Targets, everything is packed. So people are still out even during the weekends, no matter. It's like people are everywhere. So people still have to look at homes. I've been showing homes. I've been busy every day. As soon as
Absolutely.
as soon as I come home, I'm taking off my clothes, going in the shower, getting right on the computer. Get up early, stay up late. So for
That's it.
us, we're still moving.
For those that can move, and you mentioned going places and looking at real estate. I have some friends of mine that live in Denmark, and we were there hanging out with them just to do something different in that neighbor, Germany. And I told them, I'm like, where's your real estate office at? It
Yes.
says real estate. I said, yeah. So I walked down the block. I met a guy, struck a conversation, and like everybody loves, people from the States when it comes to real estate. We had just a great conversation. He was just telling me how they do it there, how I think one of the other agencies, maybe Exit or Remax, came, trying to make a name for themselves international. Just a great conversation. It was like, you mind going on Instagram? And we became Instagram buddies. So he talked about the real
Right.
estate market and how they do things. And it was real different, how they do things outside of the United States. So anywhere I go, I like to visit, any real estate office, no matter
Yes.
who they are.
Yes. And just through conversation with people, I listen for, a buzzword or something to indicate, hey, well, I can help you there. If your cousin is looking to move to Texas, hey, give me a call. I can refer them there. As a matter of fact, I literally just did a referral in Dallas, Texas last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I'm always listening in conversations, whoever I have a conversation with, anyone, I always have that real estate, that real estate ear is always listening.
That's right. That's right. And I remember speaking to one of my clients, and I said, hey, I have some referrals. I got the referral to sell their home. And I said, I also have some referrals for an inspector or for an attorney. I said, is that okay? So look, if you got the referral, we understand that, that person is now burdened really because of your words, right? That they got that part. They'll trust you for the sale and to follow the whole thing through. So the referral is like heavy, it's like a bird. It's like, oh man, I have to be like extra good at my job. So
Yeah.
it's heavy duty. And I've been blessed to get referrals, and I want to start sending some out. If we can kind of figure out, and I'll be speaking to everybody probably here on the panel, how do I get them before they go out? So I can get
Yes.
them going to
Get
the
'em.
DMV or before they go to
Yes.
Texas, whatever the case would be, just to service them at a high level.
And
All right.
just a
So
little, and just
I
a
have
little plug in there. We get to choose, you know, we get to choose who we want to give our referral to, and we can choose where our
absolutely,
money circulates. And that's one beautiful thing that I love about it.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So last but definitely not least, we have the Claude. So I was gonna say Claudine. We have Queen Claudine Ellis. Where can I
Oh, God.
start? Author,
Wow.
uh,
Wow.
social media, uh, realtor, investor, mom. That's it. Social media. Social media. Coach. All around go getter. Facebook queen. Something in the water. It's just too many. Let me tell you something. For those that are not the believer in Queen Claudine, she is all that she says she is, and then some. She came to New York. She gave a class. I'm not saying we were 100% equipped to have her here, but she was stellar. People loved her presence. They learned a lot. I've learned a lot watching her. I've learned that you can be yourself, and I'm three-quarters crazy, and still get work done. And Queen Claudine, all hell.
Oh, God. Vinny, wow. I tell
Go
you what.
Take it
Queen,
away.
go Queen.
I don't hear the applause, but that was something else. I don't know who he's talking about, but this is Claudine. I am just me. What he did
There
not
it is.
share.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Take it.
What he
Take that.
forgot
Take
to
that.
share
Take that.
with
Take
you
that.
is that I do run a nonprofit organization, a charity to assist single parents who are looking to purchase a home. And I also have my own real estate school. And it's funny that we all talk about referrals around the country. My real estate school is called Earth Agents School of Real Estate. And it's basically, once they're done, I'm going to show them how they can sell real estate anywhere on earth. You know, that's my tagline. I'm an earth agent. I can sell anywhere in the world. And so you guys are all doing fabulous. I thank you all for allowing me the platform to even speak. And Vinny said all those things. I'm an author of several books. I have a book for everything you could think of for my clients, from how to buy a home, how to not get ripped off, how to sell your home fast, top dollar. I even have a resume book, child. I have it all. And I use those tools in business. But I do everything. I'm all things social media. As James told you, I'm a branding queen. And I mean, if I'm no other queen, I'm going to brand everything. I put my name on everything. I post all day long. I post and brand because I teach market like a boss. And again, Vinny was correct when he said I went to New York. It wasn't because I went to New York. Vinny invited me to New York, and I taught a short version of my Market Like a Boss class. I've been since invited to New Jersey. New Jersey came up in limousines, and Connecticut came up, and people came in boats and cars and trucks and everything else from different states. And I was honored to even be there. So thank you, Vinny, for having me. And while I was up there, that's when I got the referral. And Vinny just happened to be conveniently there. And my client was buying in Virginia from New
Come
York
on.
and needed to sell her house. And I swear to you, that's exactly how it happened. So, right, Vinny? So he just
Absolutely.
happened to, yeah, he happened to invite me up to teach this class. And like he said, it was a little different because I've never done that version of the class. It was a little different for me, but we make it work. You know, I'm very particular about everything I do, my branding, how I look, what I say. I even drove up with I didn't drive up. My makeup and hair person drove up. I flew in just to make sure that I was right. You know, I'm very particular. Anybody who knows me, if I teach a class in the state, I travel with the team because it got to be cute. I got to be cute. I got to get this. Got to be right. You know, the queen in the building. I can't be doing that. You know, so. But I love to share. But when I share, I'll be honest with you, I receive more. The latest book that I wrote the book about the making of a dream girls, how to make millions in real estate, because I found something out that I didn't realize that we were all doing wrong. And I'm not saying it's wrong because we were wrong. We just weren't taught. And that is how we act as a single agent. And to be honest with you, that is a failure. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's a failure, because we're in the business to succeed. And there's a chapter about think like a restaurant, act like a realtor. And that's because when you open a restaurant, you have everything, the chairs, the tables, the chef, whatever. In real estate, we take 3 weeks of a class and think we're going to make millions. And then we go, when I make my first check, I'm going to buy a phone. And I'll make my first check, I'm going to buy this. Well, I believe you should go into real estate with all your tools and start off successfully and not be a 007 secret agent, which is another thing I can't understand. And when I teach that you got to tell people who you are, they go, I don't really do social media like that. I don't put myself out there. I'm going, put yourself out there. You are out there. You're on Google. There's more people on Google than Facebook. So I try to explain all that. And by putting yourself out there is how you meet people like a Vinny. Because Vinny, we found each other on Facebook. I mean, just on BRN and just on, an interaction out there. So one of the things about me is I want everybody to know who I am. Because the thing is not who I know, because who I know is going to run out. I want people to know who I am, because when they think of real estate, they should think of me. You know what I mean? If they think of furniture, they should think of Haynes, which is in this area. When they think of insurance, they think of Geico, right? So that's who I want to be. And that's, building those relationships are great. I am from New York, by the way. So anybody who doesn't know it, I am a New Yorker. Okay. I am the Statue of Liberty. But I have lived in Virginia for over 20 years. So I guess I have to.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Brooklyn, that's right. And the funny thing is, I am from Brooklyn, reared in Brooklyn, but went to school in Queens. So when I tell my Brooklynites I'm from Brooklyn, and what PS did you go to? PS what? I'm like, I didn't go to PS. I went to, hey, you ain't from Brooklyn, you're from Queens, but I'm not. I am actually from Brooklyn, but I went to school in Queens. And I'm all in New York. My family lives on Long Island. I'm in New York every chance I can get, I'm back there. So, but I love all places. I travel everywhere. Everywhere I go, I am real estate everything. If I go to another state, you say you look up a real estate company you visit. Before I get there, I am teaching. I want to be on their roster for the meeting. If the meeting is on Monday, I change my trip. So I'm in the class. If they are having free time or whatever, when they know I'm coming, they make a place for me so I could teach and share. If I go to Atlanta, I'm at whatever your meeting day is, I'm at the office. I had a guy drive all the way to College Park to pick me up, a team leader in Atlanta, to bring me all the way back to his office so I could speak for 5 seconds in the meeting. I didn't have anything to say, but it seemed like it worked out because everybody was asking me 100,000 questions and the meeting never happened. It was all about our networking was fabulous. So those are the type of things that I do. We can all learn and we can all share. I learn more than when I'm sharing. I'll be honest with you. In every meeting, I learn more. So I like that because sometimes as a giver, you feel drained. But when you meet people, they have so much to offer. And I love that. That's why I teach. I teach because I'm selfish. I want to learn. That's the truth. I want to learn what everybody's doing and just kind of like network and have fun. So that's it.
You made a post one day that really resonated with me, as you see a lot of posts on social media and it has like a rhythm. It starts off with, oh, I wish my family, my friends would support me, blah, 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 blah. And right around that time, my brother had bought a house with somebody else. And you said, so let me get this right. People, you want your family and your friends to support you. And on Facebook has how many billions of people out there, and you crying about 10 to 15 people? That was like, smack, wake up, and the world is this big and you're worried about this.
Yeah, you're going to run out of friends and family, but you're never going to run out of stranger. Don't think McDonald's and their family is waiting for family to buy burgers. There's a stranger buying a burger every day, and there's a stranger born every day. Your family's going to run out, I'm telling you. And let me tell you just this. Think about this for a second. You like chicken. You sell chicken, but your family likes fish. Are you mad because your family won't support your chicken business? They may not need a house. They may not like you. All your family doesn't like you. Now, don't get me wrong. My family loves me. I'm sorry. I am the prodigal. I'm the poster child for my family. Like, everybody loves me and my family, and they will come to me first. If a family member buys a house anywhere on the globe without consulting me, they will no longer be family. Like, they will be cut off by the wayside. But that's just my family, because my family definitely treats me differently than everybody else. I am the one that folks go, yeah, grandma does everything for her. But that's just the way it is. And so when they need something real estate related, they regard and respect me as the expert, because they know that I am. And I've gone all over, Tennessee, Texas, you name it. I have made my family, they've got more than one house, because I'm an investor, as Vinny said. I do not brag about how many millions I sell in real estate, but I will brag about how much millions I'm worth. because it's not about how much you sell, it's how much you invest. It's not how much you keep, it's how much you invest. If a real estate agent is out here selling real estate and bragging about 10 million, 13 million, 15 million, but they're in tax lien debt, they don't have their money in order, they owe everybody, they got credit cards, and they have no rental property, they're one step from poverty. And so I teach on a different platform. I also have a wealth building club. So we also been in that club. And what we do, we help each other, I guess, build. When things come up that we can share, we try to connect and help in the chamber to help other people grow. Because if you're not owning the thing that you sell, 65% of real estate agents don't own real estate, and that's not good. So you need to own it, and you need to understand the asset. We have the best asset because we see it first. Right, Vinny? We get these things first. We see them first. We have all
That's
the
right.
And so we have the options. We got lenders that'll do things for us. We've got different creative financing. You'll be surprised. If you're willing to learn and you're willing to accept how to figure this out, you can make it. Because I know when COVID hit and half the realtors didn't have S Corps, or they didn't have their LLC set up, and they didn't have everything, a lot of us were in trouble, okay, if you were shut down. But because I live on my rental properties, and because I have 5 different streams of income, and because I'm a wealth builder, I wasn't worried about COVID. Although I will say I took advantage of everything COVID had to offer. Thank you, government, and thank you for paying taxes, folks, because it really did benefit those of us who had our business in order. So when I'm teaching now, I'm not even talking about real estate. I'm talking about setting up your business properly. Then I'm talking about how you can help invest in your family through the medium or the conduit of real estate. Real estate is last. You need to know how to set yourself up and what you're going to do for yourself and your family, because God forbid, if you have no assets when things blow up, every generation, especially our generation, is starting over. Every time we have a situation, every generation starts over. We're not leaving a legacy. We're having economic extinction, a conversation that's not happening. So for me, my referral situation is about connecting with people who I can help raise up, lift up, and build, so that we don't keep doing the same thing over and over and starting over in generations, when we should be leaving legacy, and not just money, but education. And that's why my 9-year-old bought his first rental property, because I am not going to allow me to leave millions to kids who are uneducated. So they need to know this stuff from birth, so they understand how to take care of my assets when they, make me so angry I get old and gray and get knocked off to the nursing home. But yeah, when you're older and you have no kids who can take on your legacy dies. So I'm also talking about estate planning now, because a lot of people think about wills, and a will is not the way to go. So we're talking a little bit about those type of things. And, I'm just moving and shaking it any way I can. If I learn something, I'm going to give it away. I share it with everybody I know that want to hear it or listen, because I don't want to be in this alone. Like the other young lady said, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I just want to be one. I want to share with everybody so that we all can be the smartest people in the room, because there's nothing worse than being in a room with haters and people who don't want to see others grow, and those who are lacking in education. And we got the information, we just don't seek it, because you have to seek knowledge. Knowledge doesn't always happen for you. I'm no smarter than anyone else. I'm just amongst people who don't know how to tap into their smart. You get what I'm saying? So we all have it. We don't all tap in. It's there. We just have to find a way to bring it to the forefront. And if you give, you would not believe what you get. And that's why what Vinny does is valuable. He's giving and sharing and allowing people to connect. And so for me, I give, and I don't expect anything in return, because I learned a long time ago, giving and expecting someone to return is the wrong way to do it. You just give, and the universe will bless you. You will get blessed, but you just have to keep on pouring and helping others and giving. And so that's why now, as a realtor, it's not about me. I opened a charity because it's not about me anymore. It's about helping other people, and that's where I'm at this point, and other agents. So that's all I have to offer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, hell. All right. So I'm going to close this out with some closing thoughts. James, what's some of your closing thoughts, man, about referrals, your business, military?
So some of my closing thoughts, as we venture into this market and venture to everything that we're doing when it comes to real estate, My closing thoughts is continue to have higher level conversation, right? Switch, if you need to switch a room, be in different room. I'm reading, I've learned that knowledge is in books. You know, I'm reading The Shift, reading the Four Agreements, I'm reading MREA. Seek out those individuals that make you uncomfortable, but allow you to grow at the same time. So in order for you to be the best you have to learn yourself, love yourself. And by loving yourself, you can definitely impact others. So one of the things that I would say, my closing thoughts is continuously improve. I love all the stories that have been told. I see that everybody has so much passion and so much variety to give. And amongst the KWBRA groups or any group that you're in, bring that same tenacity because it inspires, it helps people grow. And just remember, just in order for you to lead others, first you have to lead yourself and learn how to lead yourself by knowledge. So that would be my closing thoughts.
Listen, whenever I get a chance to talk to James, I always got to bring my A game. It's always like, sit down, buckle up, and shut up. Because he's like, but what about this? And have you thought about that? I was like, okay, all right, James, you got it, man. Let me just think about it. Give me like a week to break this down in my mind. But it's always good to talk to him, man. If I see him at an event or on the phone, it's like, buckle up, get ready. James, thank you very much. Miss Nakita, talk to us. What's your some of your final thoughts?
I learned a lot today. I learned from everybody on the call today. But in closing, I just want to say, continue, educate and share. Educate and
That's
share.
it. And similar to what Claudine said, I teach a lot and I do a lot of these webinars because I was weak in it. 2 months ago, I called a buddy of mine. I said, look, I said, Evans, how do you do a Zoom call? He's like, you're not doing Zoom? I said, I have no idea. So after 20, I'm still learning, but I'm learning so much more through having these calls from other people than I am, than I would, normally be. I'm learning a lot more by having these Zoom calls and getting information is what I mean. And I don't have it perfected, but at least I'm doing it and helping other people. Sabine and Sold, what's some of your closing thoughts?
Well, I learned from you today. I was just like, wait, we're streaming from Facebook Live, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do a Zoom call and stream myself. So that's pretty cool. My closing
Absolutely.
My closing thoughts are, don't be a secret agent. Just like before COVID, we went to a restaurant and we always wanted to sit in his section or her section. That person was open, they were warm, and we knew that they wanted to take care of us. So although we say that all the time, don't be a secret agent, we mean that. And if that means sharing who you are on social, I'm 40 with an asterisk. I'm not mad at social media because I made $54,000 random people on social media. That $54,000 because of someone slide up in my Facebook, never met them, but they followed me, or someone shared a post and they said, hey, I'm looking to figure out how to buy the home. I want to sell my home. So don't cheat yourself of the technology and the shift that we're in. I mean, I remember my first communion, my mother used a 110 camera. Now we go
Wow, it's old school.
Old school, I know. And 110 camera, now we go to events and your child is the photographer with a $1,000 phone and you think nothing of it. Okay, so that's one thing. Don't cheat yourself of being shy or not participating in this world that we're living in because you don't want to hurt this business that's moving rapid fire. So just join in. And lastly, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So make sure that you tap into your spirituality because this business has ebbs and flows. Don't compete with anybody else. Tap into your spirituality. Get centered, because but God, right? Our stories are completely different. There are people on the floor right now. And we're like, okay, I know I'm going to be good because we tapped into our spirituality another time and it's carrying us. So don't let go of it, no matter what, no matter how good it's going or how bad it's going, just tap into that, because there's a war. It's a spiritual war for your mind. All right. So just open yourself and don't be afraid, and guard your heart and guard your mind.
And you said you not to be a secret agent, and I totally agree with that. And you have to figure out what level you want to let social media in, right? And it took a long time for me to be even comfortable, because I used to think it was a bunch of food. I'm like, this is a bunch of nonsense, until I got that call and someone wanted me to list their house. So the house is like $1.1 million. And because they saw me on social media, they're like, yeah, you did X, you did Y, you did Z. I'm like, okay, I think I believe in this. This could actually work.
Right.
And it was just me being me,
And you can tell your story. Now, of course, we have the Instagram, whatever, what is it out here tonight? Dr. Curves. You can do that if you want to, but you can also be a serious, beautiful brand. I'm just going to say Oprah, because she would be a respected figure, and she created her brand on television, in a magazine, and now through social media. Like Miss Claudine Ellis say, everybody knows she teaches, she does this, she does this, she does that. But if she was hiding behind a 110 camera, she wouldn't have her 9-year-old stepping into legacy by owning a property. So don't worry about everybody else. Shape who God made you to be and join in. Join in. We're encouraging other people that we don't even know. I don't know all the answers, but I know that Sabine and Soul is enough. And I'd love to do business with you all.
Absolutely. And look, and the another reason why they reached out to you, Sabine and Soul, because they knew you were a real lit tour. You're real lit. So they know they wanted to be a part of that, which is why they reached out to you, because you're real lit. Not a real tour. You real lit. Somebody document that.
Yes,
somebody patent that. The real lit tours, because we real lit.
Guys. Help us out. It's realtor? Which one is it? Help me out.
Realtor.
Look at your face.
Realtor.
Unmute and say it. What is it?
Realtor.
Realtor.
Realtor. That's it.
Oh.
That's it. Boom. Bang. Hercules.
Right.
Hercules. Right, chop.
All right. Realtor.
That's it.
Realtor.
Claudine, where you go? Claudine, where'd she go? She left?
Realtor.
Claudine, you left?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't let Claudine have the final thought, but she's gone. No, but listen, guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. You could have been doing anything with your hour. I thank you for coming on and giving back. And I'm sure people watching this are getting some good value. I know I definitely did. I see some of my buddies, Christy Lott out in Arizona. I also see Roxanne Robinson. Roxanne, where are you from? I know you've been quite quiet here. What area do you cover, if you're still there?
I can turn my video off.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
I got on my robe, so I had my video off. But how are you?
No worries. I'm good. I'm good.
Good. I'm actually in North Carolina, the Raleigh-Durham area.
Oh, another place New Yorkers love to go to. Oh my God, that's their favorite place. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot
down south. Oh yeah. Coming up with all that up north money, driving up them prices.
Yeah, we kind of catching up in prices though.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vinny. Bye, everyone.
I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you. Thank you again.
If anybody wants to know how to really do some background work, speak to Pat DeVille. She's the plug. Don't let her hide. Pat DeVille. She's the plug on the low. All right, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right.